Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. My name is Emma. If this is your first time here, welcome, and if you've been here before, then welcome back. Today I really wanted to film and record an All My Dolls video. These are all of the dolls that I have on my doll shelf. Right now I'm pointing over here because my doll shelf is not in this room, but yeah, I brought some of the dolls over here and I'm going to show them in order. So up first we have Kaya. So I got this doll in about 2023, September 1st of 2023. She of course has the Kaya face mold. I have her, one of her bags and her little horn here that she's holding. I also have the rest of her accessories. So I have her necklace here, and then I have her map and another little like pouch to go on her belt, and her on my display. So I just have her here with one of her bags here. Yeah, she's such a beautiful doll. I have undressed her once. Most of my historical dolls I leave in their meet outfit, so I don't really dress and redress them a whole ton. So that is Kaya. So then up next I have Felicity. So I acquired Felicity, let me see, in 2025. So I got her, I got a kind of an older generation Felicity from some undisclosed period in probably the 90s, and I got her online, and I paid a decent amount for her because I really was like, oh, well, if I'm getting a new Felicity doll, I really want her to be in good condition, and I was kind of new to restoration at that point, so I was like, I just want her to be really nice, and so I paid a lot of money for her, and unfortunately, she wasn't in as good of a condition as I'd hoped. I like to take the approach that the person selling her just didn't realize, but one of her eyes had some damage to her eyelid, and one of her eyebrows was removed, and she had a really pale coloring, which I just wasn't really a fan of. So I tried to restore her. I did some work on her hair. Her wig was also really thin. It just wasn't to the level that I had wanted for my collection. So I ended up sending her in to the doll hospital or the care center to get a new head. I knew, of course, that they would be replacing the head completely. I thought I would get a Be Forever head. That's what they told me on the phone. But I ended up getting, I think, a re-release from the 35th anniversary. I think that's what I ended up getting because she has line eyebrows. She has the pretty green eyes. Yeah, she came out really, really well. Her hair's in really mint condition. Pretty sure I've never undone her ponytail. Yeah, so that is Felicity. I don't have all of her accessories, but I have some pieces. I have her necklace, her bonnet, her little half like 8th bit coin or whatever. It looks like a pie piece, and then of course her little purse. So then Elizabeth is next. So I've been through a lot with Elizabeth. So she was acquired by my family in 2006. So she's one of my original dolls that was in my house when I was growing up. She belonged to my sister though, so she wasn't mine, but she was my sister's. At some point in maybe 2021, I sent her in for a head replacement because her hair was getting kind of ratty. I wasn't doing restorations at that point. I didn't realize that it would have been so easy for me to fix the dry, ratty hair. So I sent her in. It was fine. I ended up sending her in again later because one of her eye sockets was like uneven. So I sent her in for another head replacement to fix her eye socket. I don't really like the pin curls. I'm too persnickety and they get messed up easily, so I just pin them up. I do the same on my Felicity as well. That's why you couldn't see them under her bonnet. But she's in really good condition now. All of her limbs are tight. She looks really nice. Her hair looks nice. Her hair is actually not as soft as I would like. In an ideal world, it would be softer. But at this point, I can't bother trying anymore with her. So she's not my favorite doll because of that, but she completes my collection. My historical collection, I'm working on completing like almost all of the historical dolls, so she definitely factors into there. So that is Elizabeth. I know she's supposed to come with like a little partial braid here, but I was having trouble doing it for myself, so I was like, I give up. I'm just doing a ponytail. So that is Elizabeth. So then up next we have Josefina. So I got her in 2003 approximately because she was one of my dolls as a kid. Her hair got super messed up. Super ratty at the bottom. I did send her in for a head replacement probably in around 2021 when I was starting to like bring all my dolls from my parents' place back over to my adult place. And I only sent her in for that one head replacement to just fix up her hair. Again, I just didn't realize that fixing doll hair was something that I could do myself. Actually, as a kid, a couple of times, one of my dolls like lost her leg. It completely came unattached. The elastic broke. And me and my parents would always just send her back into the doll center to be restrung. We honestly just thought that it was something that we couldn't do ourselves. So yep, this is my Josefina. She's in really good condition now. I try not to mess up her hair because when it comes to their hair, I'm a little bit anal retentive, and if it's not perfect, I get kind of like, oh, I'm working on it. I don't have her accessories. I never got her accessories, but I did want her necklace. So I purchased her necklace separately on eBay. I just didn't want to spend the money for her full accessories because I don't know, I just didn't care. But yeah, this Rebozo, it is from one of her sets, but it's not her meat set. And I actually really like the coloring on this one. So yeah, that is Josefina. So then up next, I have Kirsten. So Kirsten was the second doll that I ever received as a kid. So I got her in about 2001, I believe. She was the first doll that I ever got from the store in Chicago when I was a kid. And I got her and her accessories. She's since had a head replacement. So she is a classic mold, but you can see she has these really, really big eyes. She's not as chubby as she like originally was. I actually think she's really pretty. Like, I know a lot of people really like the old classic molds, and I do too. Like, the dolls that I see that are the old classic mold, like, they are super cute. I think this Kirsten is really cute too. So I have no complaints. She has her full outfit. I did have to replace her Velcro on the back with snaps because it was like wearing down and it wasn't sticking anymore. But besides that, she has her full meat outfit, her spoon and her hanky. I had to replace the little string that attaches her spoon pouch to her. But that's not really a big deal, I don't think. So yeah, that is my Kirsten. I used to play a lot with my dolls historical. I used to always play historical. So I had a lot of historical clothes, historical dolls. I used to read the books to all of my dolls. So I had a few Kirsten outfits. I had her PJs, another couple of outfits. So she was always one of my favorites to play with. So I still love her to this day. So that is Kirsten. And then this next one is Addie. She was a doll that I received. I bought it off of Etsy in 2023 is when I got my Addie. So I got her secondhand. She is at this point one of the only Pleasant Company heads that I have. I have one other doll that is still Pleasant Company head, and all of my other dolls have had their heads replaced or were purchased after it became American Girl. So she is one of the OGs. Her hair's a little bit messed up, but I've cleaned it and washed it and kind of tried to restyle it back into that tucked up braid. So she's in really great condition. She was in really good condition when I bought her. The one thing I did do is I gave her some more lip color because, as I mentioned, I really like my dolls to have a little bit more color on their faces. I know that it's intentional, like those paler dolls from the older Pleasant Company era, like the paint just faded or that was intentional for them to have less coloring, but I just really like all of my dolls to kind of have a newer lip color. So if I look at the doll, I should be able to see their lips. So I decided to give Addie just this really bold, dark look, and I actually love it. I think she looks so pretty, so cute. I love the Addie mold. She is my only doll that I have with the Addie mold, but I have grand plans to get more Addie mold dolls soon, so I'm super excited for those. She came with a lot of her accessories. I use this little thread to keep their bags on if they need it. I used to use bands. That's what everyone kind of uses, but I felt like it was like sticking. So now I use thread. Yeah, and I just filled her little satchel with some like Kleenex or something just to like puff it out a little bit, or like you might be able to hear that. Like there's just nothing in there. I did have to also restring her shell. But I made it adjustable, so I actually could choose like where I wanted the shell to be on her, around her neck. So that's why it's so short. Yeah, so that is my Addie. And she was also the first black doll that I ever added to my collection. Okay, up next, I have Nellie. So I got this Nellie pretty recently, like in 2025, summer of 2025. So like literally just a few weeks ago. I realized I was getting really close to having all of the best friend dolls, and I was like, I found this one for not too bad of a deal online, and I was like, might as well just finish it off. She came with her full outfit. I just had to get a couple of last accessories for her, and like she was complete. So yeah, that is Nellie. I'm so happy to have her. She has her bloomers and everything, kind of somewhere up there. She has bloomers and everything. The thing that I don't like about this dress is this really low neckline. It's not realistic to her time period in 1904, and it also just shows a lot of her cloth body, which I'm just not really a fan of. So not a fan of her low neckline, but it is her meet outfit, so it is what it is. When I get a secondhand doll, which of course Nellie was, I always wash them. So I take apart their body completely. I wash all of their limbs. I wash the stuffing. I wash the cloth body, and I wash the face and the hair. Just because like, even if they come from a pet and smoke-free home, like they probably have some smells on them from being in an attic or garage or just sitting on a dusty shelf for 20 years. So I like to just wash all of my dolls. And, so I kind of had to redo her hair a little bit. It came really nice, but then because I washed it and stuff, I had to just kind of make sure she had that little bob back. But I think she came out really nice. So that is my Nellie. I also had to like redo one of her eyes. One of her eyes was wonky. She also kind of had a stain on her elbow. But I got that out with some acne cream, and yeah, I did, instead of flattening this, I did try to poof it out because I know the style of the early 1900s was for them to have a really low drop waist with a poofy belly, sort of. I actually hate the look, but I know that it is in style. So I figure if this doll is going to have a really low neckline, the best I can do is try to give her some belly poof. So that is Nellie. I do not have Samantha, but I do have plans. So with that, then I am moving on to 1914 Rebecca. So I got her, I have to look at my notes here, in 2023. She is my only Jewish doll in my collection. Yeah, I think I got her. I had this goal for my collection to be as diverse as possible. And that is still a big goal of mine. In terms of historical dolls, I think I've become more of a completionist than shooting for diversity at this point. As I mentioned, I kind of just got Nellie because I was almost done with all the best friends. So, so that's a little bit less important to me now when it comes to what I look for in historical dolls. But I'm really glad to have her. She definitely increased the diversity, being like a Russian immigrant. I don't know if I haven't finished her book series yet, so I don't know if she was born in the U.S. or if she immigrated from Russia. But if she herself did not immigrate from Russia herself, then her parents did, and she obviously has family that does. I've only undressed her once because, as I said, most of my historicals are display dolls. So this is Rebecca. She has beautiful hair, beautiful hair. But being display dolls, I mostly just leave them in their looks. I also have a Rebecca that won't be in this video, but I got her secondhand, and her hair is straight, and she's really pretty. I really like her, but she won't be in this video because she's what I consider a temporary doll, and that when I'm done with her, I will be giving her to a new family, hopefully. So yeah, that is Rebecca. Up next, we have Claudie. So her hair is so poofy that her hat doesn't even stay on her head. So we're just gonna pretend. But yeah, Claudie, she increases diversity and she's historical. So win, win, win. She's also My first doll on the shelf with like this super curly hair. Never brush Claudie's hair. That's like my motto. So I've undressed her once to kind of play with her and see, but I kind of just leave her in this in these clothes. To be honest, like half of her outfits from her collection that are released, they're like inspired by the 20s with the Harlem Fashion Row collaboration. So they're not actually like more authentic clothing for the 20s. In that regard, I really think she just kind of has two outfits. She has this outfit and her traveling outfit, which is also super cute. I think I like the traveling outfit better than this one. But yeah, so I haven't really bothered to get any other clothes for her or anything. Yeah, but that is Claudie. She is adorable. I love her face mold. I think everybody that has her loves her face mold because she is so adorable. Also, I did take off her painted on eyelashes. If you've watched any of my videos, you might have heard me mention that I really like to take off the painted on eyelashes on my dolls. So, yeah, that is Claudie. And some of my videos, I'm like recording and airing a little bit out of order, so I might be remembering things that I said in videos that haven't aired yet. I'm not really sure where this video is going to air in the lineup. But yeah, I take all of the painted on eyelashes off of my dolls if they come with them. So yes. Up next, I have Ruthie and her purse that fell off. So I also got her used because, as I said, I was getting really close to completing my historical collection. So, and my best friend's collection specifically, because there's only 5 of the best friend dolls. So we have Ruthie. I got her secondhand. She came all the way from Canada. I was so glad that there were no extra tariffs or anything on her when I purchased her. So yeah, that is Ruthie. She is really pretty. Her hair is not that great, but I figure I don't really care to try to fix it. If I try to steam or use a hair straightener or anything on her hair, then I would have to redo the curls. And I am just way too lazy to try to do that. And I don't want to have to send her in for a head replacement. So yeah, she has this cool watch. She's the only doll that I have that wears a watch kind of as part of her meet outfit, along with her purse and her hanky. If she does have other pieces of her meet outfit, I don't have them. I know she has the clip, and she also has like a hair tie that I put in her bag. So she might have a couple other pieces. I don't remember off the top of my head, but that is Ruthie. All right, so then the next doll that we have up is Kit Kittredge. So I got her secondhand from Facebook Marketplace from a woman locally. She said that all of her dolls were just display only, and their condition did not disappoint. She was honestly really, really clean. I probably didn't need to even like really wash her, but I did, just like, for safety and just for consistency. She came with her full outfit, and then I just had to get a couple of things secondhand to complete her accessories. She's so pretty. I did give her some more lip color because it was kind of fading when I got her. And then I also darkened up her eyebrows just a titch. So I just really wanted from a distance, if I looked, to be able to kind of like see that she had eyebrows. So, and her freckles, I think, too. So, yep, that is my Kit Kittredge. Yeah, she's in really great condition. I think she is so cute. I think her bob is so cute. So then, the next doll that I have is Nenea. So I got, and Kit Kittredge, I forgot to mention, I got her in February of this year, so 2025. So then Nenea, consulting my notes, I got in 2023. So she is my Hawaiian girly. I have had a lot of trouble with her hair and stuff in the past, just trying to make it perfect. Eventually, I just sort of gave up on her curls. They're just going to be these loose curls. It is what it is. She has a little head tilt, too. She was my first doll with, like, a little head tilt. But I think it's kind of endearing, and I like it. I also removed the painted-on eyelashes from her. I know early iterations of this doll did not have the painted-on eyelashes. The one that I got did, so I removed them. She was the first doll that I removed them from. I did make a mistake, and I think in one of her eyes, I got a little bit of the nail polish remover, and it kind of fogged over, but I think I have fixed that by now. So she is just in really good condition now. Her hair is a little bit dry, but like it's not the end of the world. Like she's still in really beautiful condition. And I really like her. She's really pretty. But because I am so anal about her hair, she is also a display only doll. So I've taken her out once to just kind of check her over. But I have not taken her out since I got her straight from American Girl. So I had no concerns about cleaning or anything like that. So that is Nenea. Okay, so then the next doll up is Molly. So she was one of my childhood dolls. So I got Molly in 2002, I think. Some of the years of my early childhood dolls are approximate. I've since said this was the doll that her legs kept coming off. Like she lost her leg twice or something. So I have sent her in so many times for just to get her legs restrung, unfortunately. So it is what it is. Now I know how to string myself, so I would do that myself if I ever needed to. But yeah, this is my Molly. Her skirt, because it's kind of an older skirt, the wool, it just holds onto everything, but this is her. I have not undone her braids since she last came back from her last head replacement, so she is just a mint condition Molly. It's also not her original necklace. I mean, like it is and it isn't. For some weird reason, when I was a kid, I really wanted for me to wear her necklace, not the doll. So I took the necklace off of the chain because obviously the chain wouldn't fit my neck. And I put it on a different chain. And then when I got back into collecting, I was like, oh, but I want Molly to wear her own necklace. So I went and got the locket out and I got a new chain and I kind of cut it with like jewelry clippers to make it more doll size. So now it's Molly's again, but it's not her original chain. So, but it does open, like it's one of the older lockets that actually does open. I have no idea where the photo is. I don't know if I ever had the photo in there. But yeah, so that is my Molly. She's also one of my only dolls with glasses. I do have, again, grand plans of 1 to 2 more dolls that I want to have glasses as part of their permanent looks and their permanent like characters. But so far, she is the only one. And she does have like an actual lens here too. Which you can kind of see from the glare, which I like. So that is my Molly McIntyre. Set her there. So then up next is Emily. She's one of my childhood dolls. I do need to restring her limbs. She's kind of like floopy, but yeah, so this is her. She was one of my last childhood dolls that I actually like played with. So I do have all the pieces of her collection. So I have her sweater on my hanging up. I have her dog tag necklace and I have her scrapbook and photos and stuff also in there as well. So I have restored her hair a tiny bit just to fix some ends. But she's never been to the doll hospital. I don't plan on sending her. She's a pretty classic mold. She has kind of those more almondy eyes. She's just really pretty. Yeah. I played with her a lot as a kid. I think I really was drawn to her because after my Josefina doll got such ratty hair, I was like, okay, the next doll I get has to have short hair because apparently I do not know how to keep a doll with long hair. So I got Emily because she has nice short hair. And I also loved the movie, the Molly movie. Looking back, like the Molly movie is not my favorite at all. I really like the Kit one. The Felicity one is good. Darling, Child, Shailene Woodley, adorable. Samantha is a little slow moving, but I really like that movie too. I just didn't really love, I think the actor's name is Maya Ritter, who was Molly. Just not the biggest fan of her. Molly Ringwald, chef's kiss. Brilliant. Molly Ringwald slays anything she does. Not a big fan of Maya Ritter in that role. So, but I love the movie as a kid. So to have both Emily and Molly, and then of course my sister had Elizabeth, was also a best friend. So yeah, just amazing. Molly and Emily though were the first like pair. Like I actually had both of them together at once. I got Emily back in 2007, I believe, for Christmas. And I actually got her, I believe, the same year that my sister got Ivy. So Ivy is up next. So I feel so fortunate that I didn't have to pay secondhand prices for Ivy because sometimes she can go for kind of a lot in good condition. My sister got her for her collection, but my sister never really played a lot with dolls. And then because also Ivy has short hair, her hair never got bad. So like I have not had to do any restoration on Ivy's hair at all. It's a little scraggly, but like nothing that really actually bothers me. She still has her original earrings. She has that old classic Jess mold with the cute bangs. Like she is just so adorable. I love her so much. I still have all the components of her meet outfit and her meet accessories as well. So she's just in really, really great shape. I will never sell her. To be honest, I think her story is actually a little bit better than Julie's. And yeah, I think honestly American Girl knew that too, because when they went to make that movie, that mini movie, it's like 45 minutes long or 50 minutes long or something, they focused on Ivy's story, not Julie's story. So I think they knew that Ivy had a more interesting story plot. So that is Ivy. However, because I'm a completionist, as I have mentioned, I do have grand plans for Julie as well. So that is my Ivy. So that's all of the historical dolls that I have on the shelf right now. So now I'm going to switch directions and we're going to go to what I consider modern day dolls. So those are Girl of the Year dolls, Truly Me's, Just Like You's, contemporary characters, all that stuff. Okay, so up first, and this is going just honestly in order of I have them here. So this is my number 62. This is Amber. I got her this year, 2025. And she is a display doll, even though she's a non-officially named character, because I made her an amputee. So none of you have probably heard this story, so I will tell it very fast. So I got her secondhand from Facebook Marketplace from a woman who had a decent amount of Truly Me dolls that she had gotten from the benefit sale in Wisconsin. So she was selling them for like a pretty reasonable price, given their quality. So I hopped on and got some of those. I knew that I wanted to make an amputee doll. So I had found an Our Generation doll that was amputee. Her name is Casey. Like that was what she was sold with her name as. And she came with this prosthetic. And I really liked that. I loved how it added some physical diversity to the table, to the shelf, if you will. But of course, she was an Our Generation, not an American Girl. So I had this idea of making an amputee American Girl doll. And I had watched some YouTube videos. I knew it was definitely possible. So I got her, and then I ordered a spare leg. That was super important. I knew that if I wanted to change my mind later, I needed to have the original leg. Just in case I did change my mind. So I got the spare leg off of eBay in approximately the same skin tone. I think technically it's a Josefina leg, but you know, they're about the same because I knew that this doll was a medium skin tone. And then my husband helped me. We used a Dremel I measured. I did my best to measure where I thought the prosthetic would sit. And then he helped me kind of use that Dremel to saw the leg. So I'm not going to take it off here. I did have to heat the leg up to make it fit into the prosthetic nicely, because the legs are kind of slightly different sized, but it worked super well. And the prosthetic comes off, so she can take the prosthetic off. As I said, I do have the original leg too, so it's sitting in a drawer. So if I do change my mind and I want her to not have the prosthetic, then I can simply take her stuffing out and put her original leg on too. But I attach this one with a tension cup, just like I would if it was a full leg, not a partial leg. So yeah, that is my Amber. And then the charm I got from Michaels with some string because I wanted her to have a little necklace. So that is my 62 Amber. I think she was also my first Sonali mold doll. Okay, so then next up, this is my 25. Her name is Quinn. I got her this year, 2025. Most of my dolls I got in 2025, actually. because that's when my doll collecting really picked up. So that is Quinn. She's wearing a dress that is handmade, I'm pretty sure, because there's no labels or anything inside. But I got it secondhand, the dress secondhand. I love how poofy it is. For this occasion, she is dressed because her cousin is having a rehearsal dinner. So that is why she is dressed like this. That's my 25 Quinn. She's also half Chinese, half white. So yeah, that is Quinn. These shoes, I'm pretty sure are actually from like a Bitty Baby outfit, I think. So yeah, but they're kind of these patent leather shoes. My unnamed girls, so the dolls that don't have official names from American Girls, they are more play dolls, less display dolls. So then I have my number 112, Amari. I got her in May of this year. I think I have released my unboxing video for her by this point, but the video where I unbox these clothes might not have been released. So this might be a preview for what's to come. So this is Amari 112. I also removed the painted eyelashes from her, as you can kind of see. So I really like how that turned out. I love them without the painted eyelashes. So that is Amari, number 112. Then I have Nina. So this is 60, who I got at the same time that I got Quinn. So in 2025 this year, she's wearing Julie's school outfit with this bag that I got off of Etsy. And I liked it because it was like crocheted, just like her sweater. So it kind of all matched. So that is my Nina. I basically just got her because I thought she was really striking with the dark hair and the blue eyes. Just really pretty. Upon looking on her closely, also from, the same person, the same time that I got Quinn, also looking at her, she has kind of an older classic mold face. So that's a little bit different. Some of my other dolls have the newer classic mold face, but Nina has an older classic mold face. So that is Nina. Okay, up next we have Peyton. So she's number 29. I got her from the same place, the same person as Quinn and Nina, but different time, because I ended up getting a couple dolls. I got Amber and Peyton at the same time, and then I went back for Quinn and Nina. So, this is Peyton. She's wearing a custom-made dress Native American outfit, but it was made personally for me. I did not commission this. I did not buy it off of Etsy or anything. My parents told one of their friends that I loved American Girl dolls, and then he told his mom, who actually like makes clothes and does sell things on like Etsy and stuff like that, that I loved it. And so they made, out of the goodness of their heart, they made this custom outfit for me. In my world, Peyton is half Brazilian, half Anishinaabe, Native American. So this kind of fit the look perfectly. So she also comes with, I think it's called, oh my gosh, it's like a big dance shawl or something. So she also came with that, and in the same kind of matching colors, matching pattern, but I just don't have that with her. So that is Peyton, my beautiful 29. I love the waves in her hair. They're just so floofy. So that's Peyton. And then Girl of the Year, Luciana. So I got her for Christmas of this year, 2024, secondhand. She was in a new inbox, impeccable condition. So I honestly didn't even bother washing her because she still had her hairnet on and everything. I was nervous that she was going to have the bad eyes, like the new eyes that were more pieces or whatever that they replaced at one point for free. But she doesn't. She has the good eyes, the old eyes. So I don't know how I managed my luck with that. But I did. I have yet to have a doll with the older eye style, the newer eye style that people don't like. So, that is her. She has pretty streaks of purple in her hair that you can kind of see just very slightly. I really wanted to get her because I know that she is like Chilean American in her story, which I think is unique. She also has these side bangs, which were so reminiscent of her time in 2018. Although I kind of have pushed them kind of out of the way, but they are there somewhere. And Yeah, so that is Luciana. Oh, and she's a STEM girly, and I really like that because I work in STEM. So I love how she is a STEM girly. This outfit, a lot of people hate it. I actually think it's super cute. I mean, I would not wear it, but I do think that it is adorable. So yes. And I also have her cute little robot dog too. I knew that I was getting Luciana, so I had my husband get me Luciana's little cute robot dog as a gift too. And I loved it. Okay, so then I have Cubby, Girl of the Year 2023. I got her in 2023 for Christmas. I did remove her painted on eyelashes, as at this point you can probably just assume that I've removed them. I have her accessories. I made a whole video unboxing her accessories, so I love this soft hat, bucket hat. So cute, so cute. That is my Covey. And I love how she's Indian American. She's like the first Indian American doll. I would have loved for her skin tone to be a little bit darker. But, you know, I'll take what I can get. She is my first Marie Grace mold as well. So that is Covey. So next I have 118. This is Savannah. I got her in June. I got her. Obviously, because she has the star outfit, which just came out in June of 2025. So that is her. She is my, oh my gosh, I'm sorry, she's falling. This is my lightest skin tone. So she has like the same skin tone as Blair. So very light skin tone, very pretty, with removed eyelashes because I'm me. But doesn't she look pretty? Yeah, she is beautiful. So that is Savannah. We're almost done, I promise. Up next is McKenna. So she is the only World by Us girly that I have. So I also removed her painted on eyelashes. I kind of messed up, and one of them I removed by accident a little bit of her eyelid, but you can just barely see it. So it doesn't really bother me too much, especially because she's standing with her eyes open most of the time. I think that her face mold is super adorable. I think her hair is super adorable. Spot on, because she is the only doll. I know these are twists, but I don't have a single doll that has those kind of like little tight braids that I know a lot of African American people do. So she is my only doll that kind of represents that. I don't have all of her accessories, but I do have her bag. But it is empty. But I looked at the rest of her accessories, and I just like the jacket. I wouldn't put her in the jacket for display anyway, and like the notebook, like I just didn't care about any of that. So like this was enough. Her bag was enough. So yeah, she is beautiful. So that is McKenna. I probably would get Yvette if not for, and this is, I know I am so picky. So the thing is, Yvette is mixed race, right? She's half black, half white, and they made her a really light skin tone. She is very white passing, and she has this kind of light caramel colored hair. I am fully aware that there are mixed people out there with that skin tone and with that hair color and those eyes. Like, I do not want to discount that at all. But when someone says to me, mixed race, mixed black and white, that is not the coloring that I imagine. So I don't really feel the need to get Yvette to represent that, because when I look at my collection, she just looks like another white doll. So I have passed on her. I think her hair is super unique, especially when it came out. She was one of the only ones with that big poofy hair. Now I have 112. I have Amari that has big poofy hair. Of course, I brushed it out and it's just a big afro at this point. But she also had that. I have Claudie, who has those ringlets. I have a couple other dolls that I'm looking at that also have little tight ringlets like that. I just didn't feel the need to add Yvette to my collection. I probably would have, or would, if she had a darker skin tone. If she had like a more medium skin tone, she might already be here. But she doesn't. So, you know, please be nice in the comments. Okay, up next, number 4. So this number 4 is super special because I am the first owner of my number 4. Her name is Annie. I named her when I was a kid. I am the first owner of her. She was actually my very first doll that I ever received. So picture this, Christmas 1999. little Emma. I was not 8 years old. I was younger than 8. But there's a video and there are photos of me sitting by the Christmas tree as I open a white box to find this little girl inside. And there's a video of me. I am speechless when I open this doll. And the first thing I say, because she's laying like this, the first thing I say is, she's sleeping. I didn't know what else to say, but she had eyes that made her look like she was sleeping. And that is what started it all. This doll, number 4, my Annie, started it all. Since then, I have restored her hair. I did steam it, and then I had to add some of these kind of curls back in, which is totally fine by me, because you can't replace her head at the doll hospital. So she is obviously the only doll with the Asian mold. I have also added in some more blush, and I have also added some more lip color to her, again, because she just felt like she looked really, really pale. Yeah, her scrunchie is a little bit stretched out. That's why I have her wearing it around her wrist. And then her vinyl jumper was peeling. This was, I think, really common, or is really common amongst the original vinyl jumpers. So I completely peeled off the vinyl and then used a red fabric paint to, I think I did 2 or 3 layers of red fabric paint on the jumper to get it the way it is. I did think about purchasing the re-release of it. That's part of like Nikki's collection. And I was just like, no, it's not good enough. Like, I mean, like, this is fine. Like, what I have is good enough. It's what she came in. It's reminiscent. She's a display doll because I know she's sought after in a lot of people's collections, and she means so much to me in my collection because she truly was my very first doll. So yeah, she is a display doll. She is special to me in that regard. I think my parents wanted to get her for me because I was Asian, or I still am Asian, but because the doll's Asian and I was Asian. So they really wanted me to get a doll that looked like me for my first doll. So that is Annie. And then the last doll, this is number 40. This is Claire. My estimate, if I look back at my notes, is that I got her around 2009. She was the last doll that I got as a kid. So I like to joke that this was little kid Emma and this was big kid Emma. So she has pierced ears because big Emma has pierced ears. Although I never wear earrings, but I do have pierced ears. She does not have bangs. Little Emma actually did have bangs. Big Emma doesn't have bangs. And she had glasses too. So when we got her glasses. Funny enough, as an adult, I got laser eye surgery. So I no longer have glasses. I used to have glasses when I graduated high school, college, when I met my husband and started dating him, all that, I had glasses. And then a few years ago, I got my laser eye surgery. So after my laser eye surgery, then I came back to this doll and I took off her glasses because I no longer have glasses. I hated having glasses, did not like having glasses. I don't want my mini-me to have glasses. So that is her. She has a Jess mold, but I think it's an older Jess mold, most likely, because I would have gotten her like pre-2011. I've never tried to do any sort of eye swap or anything on her. I've never had to redo her coloring or her hair. Her hair was just an immaculate shape because she was my last doll, so I just didn't really play with her very much as a kid. Me and my sister technically combined money to get her because so I'm from Minnesota. The American Girl store had opened in the Mall of America and I really wanted to get a doll, but I had not saved enough money out of my allowance to buy a doll. So I somehow managed to convince, I was going to say the word manipulate, but we'll just go with convince. I managed to convince my sister to go in with me to buy this doll because her money saved combined with my money saved was enough money. But I never let my sister play with it. I just really wanted to keep her in immaculate shape. So my sister never got to play with this doll, and I played with her just a couple of times, and then she kind of just sat around. So Ivy was my sister's doll, Elizabeth was my sister's doll, and then this was kind of, our doll monetarily, but I was really snooty about it. When I took all the dolls back to my house from my parents' house, I basically called my sister up and said, can I take these dolls from mom and dad's house? And she was like, yeah, sure. And I was like, can I just have them? And she was like, yeah, sure. And I was like, do you think you're going to ask for them back at any point? And she was like, don't care whatsoever. So I was like, great, cool. I want to make extra sure that she does not come back for them when she wants them, when maybe she'll have a daughter or something or kid who wants them. I want to make extra sure that my sister could not come back and say, can I have my dolls back? So I did not ask. I did not say anything. I just Venmo'd my sister like $300 for all of the dolls. I basically bought Ivy, Elizabeth, and number 40 out for her, from her, so that she could not come back and say, can I have my dolls back? She called me after I sent the money, and she was like, I would have given them to you without the money. She was like, I didn't need you to send me money in exchange for those dolls. I genuinely do not want them. But I was like, I just want to make absolutely certain that they were mine. So that is the story behind 40. Probably not my finest moment as a kid, basically convincing my sister that it would be hers and then never letting her play with it. But, it is what it is. I don't think she's mad at me for it anymore or anything. She was never into dolls as much as I was. She had a couple because I liked them. She, being my younger sister, she just wanted to do everything that I did. But she was never the one who loved dolls. I was the one who loved dolls, evidently so, and still love them today. So, oh my gosh, this actually took a long time to film. Hopefully this video isn't going on for too long, but those are all of the dolls that I have on my display. So, thank you so much for watching. And if you liked what you see, please feel free to like and subscribe and comment. It really helps my channel as I'm trying to kind of slowly grow it and get more followers, because I just really want to share my love for dolls with the community, with the AG Tube community. So yeah, thank you so much for watching. Have a great day. Bye.